Welcome to The View from the East, a new unofficial Leighton Orient podcast. This is episode 16, Orient, Safe Hands and Summer Plans. My name's Rob Bennett, and once again, I'm joined by older brother, Eddie B. Ed, how are we doing?
Yeah, hi all. I hope you're all well. Looking forward to today's podcast. We've got a few topics to talk about, a few ins and outs and a few other things. So I'm looking forward to it, Rob.
Ed, we might as well sneak behind the production curtain. We've had a few issues, haven't we? This is take 2. We had a lot of echo on the original take, but yeah, we've had a few gremlins. So on the menu today, Nathan Baxter, Orient signed their number 1. Pratley gets another promotion. Pre-season training. Bye Abdulai and Perkins. Galbraith joins the Potters. New kit reveal. And at the end, we'll do a very quick England update. So, Ed, the news came out after what had been quite a slow news week. All of a sudden, we've got our number 1. Nathan Baxter has been signed from Watford.
Yeah, it's good news. We've been mentioning this over the last few weeks, Rob, but the podcast hasn't seen a few players come in, a few players leave, but the number 1 priority, I think, this season was always to get a number 1 goalkeeper. And in Nathan Baxter, it looks like we've got that permanent slot. So it looks like he's signed a 2-year deal. He's got some championship experience and he's been on loan to numerous clubs, including Bolton a couple of years ago. So it looks a good signing, Rob.
Yeah, potentially, but maybe, I hate to say better than what we've had recently, but some have been quite poor, haven't they? The loan signings I'll talk about in terms of that have come in. And he's got games under his belt. So he's got almost 200 games. So career-wise, he's started in the Chelsea Academy, and then he's had all sorts of loans after that, even with the Metropolitan Police. Remember when they used to have a football team?
So good team, Rob, good team.
Yeah, she's full of yellow and red cards, I bet. So, the Met Police, Solihull Moors, Woking, Yeovil Town, Ross County, Accrington Stanley, Hull City. Then he's had a move to Bolton Wanderers, where he's played against us while we've been pushing for the playoffs. And then he's had a move to Watford, where he's done like a few games. But I'd imagine Watford is packed with talent when it comes with regards to goalkeepers, because they always have a big squad. So, at least he's got some games under his belt, Ed, which has been something we've been lacking when we've been getting goalkeepers in the past. I think it's his time at Bolton where you probably look at. So in his first season there, he helped them get to the playoff final. And he played in the playoff final where, unfortunately, they lost. And then, as you alluded to when we spoke earlier, he would have been part of the team when we were pushing for the playoff places, and then we basically knocked him out of the sort of top 6, didn't we, to get that final spot. So all being well, I mean, he's a bit of a unit, 6'3". When I first saw him, he reminded me of Sol Bryn, again, like quite a big presence. Will Dennis was quite a big presence as well when he between the sticks. So, and I'm presuming we paid money for him because he had 1 year left on his contract.
Yeah, and I think for me as well, Rob, he's a little bit older. Last few goalkeepers we've got in have had the potential, but then it may have been like their first season on loan or their second season on loan. But they've been a sort of like, 21, 22. He's coming in with that little bit of age on his side. So I think he's around 27. Hopefully, he's probably got that little bit more confidence in himself at the back as well, and not scared to tell the defence in front of him. I think from my point of view, the good thing is he's come in during pre-season. It's not like a 1 week before the season starts. So he's going to have sort of like 5-6 weeks of getting to know the players he's going to be playing with going forward. So I think it's a few good ticks in the box, Rob, from that point of view.
Yeah. I thought he spoke really well. As you said, he's a bit older, isn't he? So he's probably maybe been through more media schools in terms of what you meant to say and what you shouldn't. I suppose when he was at Bolton as well, a one-team town, you're under the spotlight there quite a lot, isn't you? So I dare say you've got to be quite careful what you're saying for the old fan updates and stuff like that. He's another one of those players, probably of the 5,000 players that maybe we say this, that has been linked with Richie in the past at some point. So that could be anywhere, couldn't it? From Swindon to Doncaster, even bloody Salford. But
we were saying there was one thing, he was even linked with PT, wasn't he? Apparently he played a few games with PT about 5 or 6 years ago at Yeovil.
Yeah. I think that's the first ever link we've had to PT. So maybe that's what PT's always been there for, was to eventually get a number 1 goalkeeper between the sticks. So yeah, thanks PT. But as you said, at least he's got the whole pre-season basically, apart from the beastings that they've been doing this week that we'll talk about. But yeah, old Simon Royce, he's got his number one. He needs to start making sure he's earning his corn, so to speak.
Yeah, and I think as well we've got the confidence. We've got Keeler as number 2 as well, who probably notched up around sort of 20, 25 appearances last season as well. So you got a little bit more confidence as well if anything happens to Baxter, that you've got a number 2 who's got some experience as well, sitting on the bench. So it's good news. Now we can move on to the other areas of the team now where we need to strengthen.
I dare say Eddie's probably not come cheap. So when I spoke to someone at the club around about Christmas time, let's put it this way, Martin Ling was in the room when he said it. And Lingy said basically all the goalkeepers are doing, they've been looking at, the 200, 300, whatever it's been. Last year, at some point at the start of the season, they was looking at the 2 keepers at Rotherham, for instance, to try and get one of them in. When they looked at their wages, those on at Rotherham, they were above what our top earner was at the time. So you'd imagine, 5 figures potentially wages per week. I would imagine he's in probably your top 2 or 3 already now. Money's going out.
Yeah, I've no idea, but I would imagine that he was probably on somewhere between 12 to 10 grand a week at Watford. He only had 1 year left, didn't he, of his contract? So perhaps incoming to Orient is guaranteed money for 2 years. But yeah, I presume he's probably in the top 2 or 3 earners now at the club.
Yeah, and he doesn't have to worry about moving to Plymouth, who always also in for him. But unfortunately, Plymouth lost out. But yeah, good luck to him. Let's hope he's solid. I mean, he's got a great game to start with. That Sheffield Wednesday game, if he has a good game in that one, full of confidence, maybe a big save early on, and then hopefully that's good for the season to come. Ed, before we move on to Pratley, another bit of goalkeeping news that you may have missed. Now, last time we spoke, I said, this league looks tough. I wonder where we're going to get the points from. Then maybe there'll be 1 or 2 crappy teams we can pick up on. All of a sudden, the news came out that Doncaster Rovers have signed their number 1 for the season on loan from Stoke. They've picked up Thomas Simpkin. Surely that's 6 points all round for everyone.
Defo, isn't it? Have we got them early in the season? Yeah. To score against the team, you just stick it in the corner. It'd be too slow to get down. You know he's going to play a blinder, don't you?
Surely we've got to exploit his weaknesses, which there were many. Oh, I personally thought. But I suppose we might pick up 6 points and everyone else as well who's got to play him. He was rotten, Ed, and I hate saying that about a goalkeeper, but he had a mistake or 2 in him literally every game.
Yeah, I think it's a really weird one. He went back to Stoke in January, didn't he? Because they had some they needed to recall him. We probably didn't want him either, but he was in their first team for the majority of the rest of the season. So you thought they would have had confidence to start with him this season, but yeah, sending him out on loan to Doncaster, another league down, doesn't look that great, does it? So,
as is ever with X, for instance, both fans from Stoke and Leyton Orient gave their opinion on him, and it pretty much matched each other's.
Our survey said.
Right, Ed, a bit of, what should we say, team news of a different sort. Darren Pratley's been moved up basically to the first team coaching staff, hasn't he? And it looks like, in essence, they're closing down the under-21s at the same time.
Yeah, it just looks as if, in reading it, I think the under-21s was a bit of a lingy thing. We mentioned this before, perhaps Orient were just trying to do too many things too quickly, all at the same time. And the under-21 team, it's a nice to have. The logistics and the cost of it were probably not working. It wasn't viable. So moving Pratley up to be sort of like to work within Richie's first team, I think is good news. As we mentioned before, he's the most experienced player in the club, isn't he? In regards to where he's played, Premiership and all 4 divisions, and the amount of promotions he's won. So, yeah, why wouldn't you have that experience to bring on to the first team? It's probably a good sounding board as well for Richie, because I think Pratley probably speaks his mind a little bit more than the coach we've had previously.
Yeah, definitely. So in essence, Paul Gallagher's left, isn't he, after his short stint, was he, with us 3 or 4 months? So thank you for that. But yeah, if as a player in the Leyton Orient squad, if you can't learn from Darren Pratley in terms of how to look after yourself, what to do on the pitch, how to listen to instruction, then more fool you. Because as you said, he's technically the most experienced person in the club in terms of what level of football he's played, who he's played with in terms of good players, etc., and who he's been managed under, I guess. So he's been around, isn't he? Swansea, Bolton, Charlton, bigger clubs than us. People will moan if I say that, but they are. And he's always had a good reputation wherever he's been. We mentioned it, Ed, previously as well. It's not just your ball skills that you're going to be learning from Pratley. It's your shithousery skills, isn't he? Because he knows how to slow down the game, which game management we were pretty bad at last year. If you look at how many goals we let in late or set pieces, whatever, or even knowing when to get a yellow card, and sort of slow that game down.
Yeah, it was we've been watching the game over 50 years, Rob, and we were still learning stuff off Pratley when we were watching him. The dark arts, let's call them the dark arts.
Definitely. I've been I've been tackled, but accidentally I've fallen on the ball. So you've got to blow up. He knows the rules better than the refs.
Yeah, so to have something like that on the bench, it might be just to slow the game down a little bit, or to knock the ball off. So I think it's a good move and a positive move. And stopping the under-21s, they could have easily got rid of him and said, look, there's not a job here anymore. But that year's experience has probably made him a better coach. And let's just hope that this is the another piece of the jigsaw that can move. I'm sure there'll be clubs out there who would want him as their manager or coach. So we've got him. So let's make the most of his experience.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll get on to pre-season in a minute. He still looks the fittest person on the pitch.
Still looks as if he could play, doesn't he? He must be 42 now.
Yeah, definitely. He, over a half marathon, you might even keep up with me. Right, Ed, let's move on to pre-season. There's been a lot of media stuff in terms of what they've done on X and the website, so we're not going to go over everything, but there's a few bits and pieces we can discuss, just what we might have seen. I like the new training gear. That looks redder than red. Is that? You said it. You called it Orient red.
It's Orient red, isn't it?
Is there such a thing?
There is now, Orient red.
Yeah, I liked it. It looked really nice.
Just it freshens things up, doesn't it? And other clubs aren't going to have that. It's only made for us. So that was a good start when we saw that. Looks new kit, new start.
Yeah, it sounds like they've been doing a lot of running. But also with Nathan's update, Nathan from the fitness team, sounds like they've all come back fit. So even Demi Mitchell's out there training. I think he said on X that it's probably at the moment the first time he's been fit for a pre-season fully for like 5 years. So that's even like for your squad in total. It's got to be good if everyone's on it already. Ed, why are they training at Cheshunt?
The only thing I can think of that perhaps there's a school fete. It's fun day or something around the other training ground. Or you did mention it. Perhaps that's one of the sites they're looking at. Perhaps the facilities are better. But I imagine there's probably a fete or a school fun day, and they couldn't train there.
I've got the image now of instead of going through the cones, they're going through the coconut shies. I did think, Ed, is that because there's a lot of land there? They seem to have like a 3G or 4G there as well. Do you reckon that's maybe one of the places they're looking at of thank you very much, we'll have this?
Yeah, possibly could. He said that, there's obviously got their eyes on one site particular, haven't they? And that seemed to be going on a little bit. They can't come to an agreement. So perhaps they go, well, hang on a minute, we've got 2 or 3 others we can look at. And perhaps they've said we're going to do pre-season in one of the others. But no, the cities look nice. I mean, I don't know what league Cheshunt are in, Rob, but that just shows you, doesn't it? They've got better training facilities than what we have. We're in League One.
Yeah, let's buy it up. It looks all right, doesn't it? It's not a million miles, is it, from where they train anyway, Cheshunt to Chigwell?
No, not at all. So, it's probably all within sort of a 5-10 mile radius.
Ed, some of the images that I saw, not a surprise, but you think, oh yeah, he's still with us. Sean Clare seems to be in a lot of the pictures and videos, so he's not shy of being filmed if he's looking for a new club, so to speak. Even Josh Koroma, he looked a bit lean and mean, but maybe because he's looking for a club. But the only one I didn't see, and thank you, Reg, for helping me out on this. So I didn't see Tariq Backinson, who apparently is on the move to either Barnsley or Rotherham. So good luck with that. But so I didn't see him. He's in none of the media. All of a sudden, they've done a 40-second thing with Reg on X. So, Reg, how's it doing? You're back on the grass, this, that, and the other. Yeah, great to be back. Who's the best one in training so far, Reg? Tariq. What? Don't say any name other than Tariq Backinson. Thanks, Reg.
Take 2.
Yeah, okay, take 2. Who's the best on training? Tariq. Oh, bloody hell. Let's just go with the first one. Yeah, thank you, Reg. Apparently he's good for team spirit, Reg.
Yeah,
So
unfortunately, although he's a good player, Reg isn't the best in front of the camera. I don't think he's been as media trained as some of the younger players.
no. And by the way, listen, I'm not having to go, Reg. I said this to you, Ed, earlier, didn't I? If when Reg signed, if we didn't have him, we wouldn't have got to the playoff final. Because once he joined us, I think he played in every game up until the playoff final, and he literally played with every centre back within that squad. So he done really well. And obviously he got injured very early doors in the last season, so didn't have a chance maybe to establish himself as number one, number two in that centre back line. So I've got a lot of time for him. Hopefully, I guess maybe he's back on the pitch by Christmas if we're lucky.
It looks like it, doesn't it? He seemed quite bit more chirpier than what we've heard from him previously. So yeah, hopefully we may be able to see him sort of before the end of the year.
A couple of other quick things from the training ground. So there's a sight of all the squad basically walking towards camera. I would say average height 5'10". All of a sudden, who's that giant? It's Phil Is it Chindu? Let's just call him Big Phil. The geezer is about 6'5", 18 stone, left-footed, 18-year-old. What's your price on him?
He's a monster, isn't he? You can see why there have been perhaps clubs looking at him. To me, he's obviously the replacement for Dan Happy. Perhaps not this season, but perhaps he's left-sided as well, isn't he? But I've seen some of the games he's been on loan, and he's like running down the left-hand side like a winger. He's quite skillful for a big man as well. Yeah. I mean, what price do you put on him at corners?
Poor is that, isn't there? I mean, I thought maybe you get a good loan because I think we do need one or two, don't we, in the centre-back line in terms of experience. Richie will want the experience. As I said, we'll mention it later, but we're not messing around from what I can see this season. And we said that last week. I think they're really pushing. So Richie will want an experienced one. It's then whether do you keep him in the squad or just get him out for games. According to rumours, he's always been linked with Championship, Premiership sides. And why wouldn't they? The size of him. And as you said, he's been playing well for Barnet out on loan. So yeah, if he can sit under that learning tree, so to speak.
If he did go on loan though, Rob, where would he go? I mean, he did League Two last year. He probably doesn't want to do League Two again. He probably wants to go to Hut, but unless he goes abroad or Scotland or something like that on loan.
Well, I suppose if it was League Two, and bearing in mind with Scott Mitchell involved, will our loans look a bit better in terms of who they're going to? Would they push him to a team who's potentially looking to get promoted automatically? So could that even be like a Bristol Rovers or Chesterfield, something like that? But then that I suppose he comes relatively cheap in terms of wage, so they might look at it, or they might think, no, we actually want to keep a close eye on you. Then you are off to Barnet again, just so he can train with the team during the week for a couple of times. He'll literally be down the road, won't he? What I would say, Ed, there is opportunities galore for Big Phil. Get the T-shirts going. Everyone's calling them Big Phil already. So Orient, get the Big Phil T-shirts available for me when the shop opens. Also, local advertising. I want to see Big Phil working like for a removals company. I don't want him seeing him lifting the settee, but Big Phil can be your face of the company, can't he?
Yeah, there is opportunities there, Rob. Yeah, no, like you have a car mechanic. If the car broke down, Big Phil could be pushing the car.
Yeah, or bringing your tyres, or bringing your shopping to your car. Big Phil at Sainsbury's helping out.
Yeah, but instead of 2 bags, he's got like 10 bags. He's like across his arms, because he's so strong.
Also, a big penny social as a laugh, and so that he can meet the fans. He could be on the door, couldn't he, checking our tickets? Big Phil, your name's not there, and you're not coming in, mate.
Yeah, you're not going to mess with him, are you?
Yeah, we like that. Yeah, get on it, Orient. We give you all these ideas, Orient. It'd be nice if you could reply to our emails now and then. Least said about. Right, on we go. So a few players going out. Bye Abdulai and Perkins. So a bit of shock news today, Ed, Saturday. Abdulai, all of a sudden, is off to Hibernian. Hasn't been on the transfer list. No real rumour of him leaving, but all of a sudden he's back up north.
Yeah, a bit of a surprise one with him, Rob. I'm not that surprised. I think there's a deep down attitude problem there, or lack of confidence in himself. I mean, sometimes you can flatter to see he could play really well for 5 minutes, then you don't hear of him for the next half an hour. He had plenty of opportunities last season where he was starting the game due to lack of numbers to shine. I just didn't get it. I don't know what it was. He obviously started off like a bull in a china shop, didn't he, when he first signed for us? But never really seen that replicated ever since. So again, Rob, looks like they've paid us a fee.
Yeah, I mean, he had 1 year left, so even if you get in, I don't know, 100 grand, 200 grand, money in the bank, isn't it? Pays for something else. So good luck to him in that sense. I think you're right. You know what it boils down to? It's like whether the manager can trust you. So he's played all sorts of positions, isn't he? I mean, he's athletic, gets up and down, but can the manager trust you to carry out instructions as given, whether that's coming on a sub or starting? And I think also there was, amongst the fan base, nervousness amongst them that he's either going to get a yellow, going to get a red, because of that sort of attitude, lapsadaisical sort of approach maybe to the game sometimes. So I think a lot of Orient fans will actually be relieved that he's gone. And
he had the ideal opportunity this year to take over Pratley's centre midfield, like the stopper, the enforcer, whatever you want to call them. What a chance you had all season.
Yeah.
He's probably in the top 5 appearances last season in regards to the squad.
So I saw he's already done a video for Hibs. What's he said to Hibs? Any ideas?
I imagine that big team is the team I've always looked at for the results, and it's a team I've come here to sort of like win some trophies.
Yeah, I've always wanted to play for Hibs. Basically, that's what he said. And then they asked him can you describe like your time at Swansea and Leyton Orient? I think he gave that about 5 words. He didn't mention much at all. So I don't think he could say a lot, to be honest. Like you said, started like a house on fire, but that soon went out.
His personality doesn't fit in with the rest of the team. And if you have one bad egg like that, I think you need to get rid of them.
Mm-hmm. So, Ed, on family fortunes, the survey would say?
Our survey said...
Yeah, good luck, Abdulai. Right, moving on. This was last Friday, Ed. So when we recorded Thursday, I think. And then on Friday following, the news came out that Wigan had actually secured the services of Sonny Perkins, their number 1 target for the summer. Again, I think amongst the fan base, a lot of people will be saying, thank you very much.
Yeah, we were getting some inklings of it, wasn't we, when we did last week's pod? So, but to find out they've actually paid money for him as well, and he was their number 1 transfer target, it's probably surprised more than a few people. Again, Rob, I think you can allude to how you think it all ended up last January when we had to get the extra loan player in, had numerous opportunities and got in loads of good positions, actually, like even last season. But his finishing was terrible. I just think he's too lightweight, Rob. For League One, like we said before, perhaps he should have watched Theo come back. Theo came back stronger and bigger and fitter. And how did you do that? How did you? And it's just too lightweight, I think, again, for the type of football we want to play, even for League One.
Yeah, his lack of pace didn't help him, especially if he's out in that way. I think with the ball at his feet, he's fine. Positioning, not great. Had ability to switch off. And you said sort of lightweight. Wigan have described him as a powerful centre forward.
Perhaps that I don't know. Perhaps
we mentioned him earlier. How Sonny Perkins going to get past Big Phil? He's not.
Well, there's no way. He'd just stick a hand out, wouldn't he, and push him off the ball. But as I said, I think the reason we probably did sign him was it last January. When we needed to get another loan player in, didn't we?
Yeah, I'll give you a bit of a lowdown. And again, a source at the club told me this, so I'm not going to give too much information before I get sued. But so we needed to free up a loan, didn't we, so we could get Mackinday in. Mackinday come in, done a pretty good job, I thought. So that was January. Basically, Leeds gave Sonny Perkins 1 million reasons to leave. So contract paid up. And then if we have paid a fee, it would be nominal, I guess, because in effect he's not on their books anymore, if that makes sense. So it wouldn't have been sort of 200,000, I wouldn't have thought, or anything like that. So a small fee would have been involved. But then, like you said, he was in our top 5 earners. So whatever he was on at Leeds, he was then sort of not losing too much in terms of wedge that he was taking out of the club every week. And now people say, oh, yeah, he was unlucky, this, that, and the other. He played great against Man City. Everyone played great against Man City because that's the game of your life at that point, isn't it? If you're a Leyton Orient player, did nothing since.
No, I don't think any goals last season. I might be wrong. Perhaps he scored one in the Virtue Trophy, but I don't think he scored any goals in the league last year. Look, he's one of the top wage earners. We can invest that money and buy better players or pay some of the better players a higher wage. Good luck to him. Your views on him, Rob? Yeah, I know. What was he like? Sort of like 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, you want to see every player do well. I don't want him coming back to haunt us. I don't think he will. He'll have a good pre-season where he bullies non-league sides, looks great, then comes up against real central defenders who push him around, bully him, and yeah, he gets caught out. It probably didn't help his cause when Richie at the fan forum in the supporters club, what was it, February or March, said it might be best that he found somewhere else to play. So that didn't help. I've got a feeling in a couple of years there'll be a Netflix documentary about Sonny Perkins, and it'll be about his time in. He's still only 22, don't forget. So it'll be his times at Leeds, West Ham, and Leighton Orient, the hard years, because he might be playing internationally by then. So Netflix love a documentary, like a random one. But I think if the fan survey was to come out, it would be.
Our survey said.
There's hope, Rob. If there's Pod still going in 4 years' time, he's not in the England squad, and we're talking about the World Cup team.
Yeah, to add to it, and I might have to edit this out now, I suppose, I am trying to get him onto the podcast. So come on, Sonny.
It'd be a good person to talk to, wouldn't he?
Yeah, we should get the other side of it, shouldn't we? With all players who leave, because there's always two sides to a story. Ed. It could have been he was unsettled. Like you said, if he had a house in Leeds, maybe he wants to move back up north. You don't know.
Exactly. Good luck.
Yeah. Ed, some quite important transfer news. It doesn't involve one of our actual players, but a former player in Ethan Galbraith. Now, a lot of people thought, maybe a Premiership club will come in for him, maybe even a German or Italian club. He's been playing really well on the international stage. He's decided to go to Stoke.
Yeah, it was a bit of a weird move. I think, sort of like looking a little bit into it, I think Swansea, is it PSR? That cost ratio. I think they had to raise some money quickly before the end of the month. I might be before the 1st of July. So I'm not saying it was a fire sale. And they probably did want to sell him. But obviously Stoke have bought a few players this season. I think they're spending big this summer under Mark Robbins. I thought he would have probably gone into a Premiership team. Perhaps he feels Stoke have got a good chance of getting in the playoffs. Look, at the end of the day, good luck to him. We got 2 fantastic years out of him. And if rumours are true that it's around that 10 million mark, then we all know there is a sort of a sell-on fee. Now, everyone's a bit unsure whether it's 15 or 20%, but it should be another $1.5 million, 2 mil coming into the coffers that would have been unexpected.
Yeah, like you said, somewhere between, I think anywhere between 5 and 10. But that 10 figure might be based on appearances, mightn't it? And promotion clauses, anything like that. Good luck to him. Obviously, when you in hindsight, but it's difficult for a club when you League One and our side. We obviously sold him too cheap in the first place, but he's taken his opportunity to impress, as I said, both in the league and internationally. So if the price is 10 million, then it's well deserved to him because he's a pocket rocket. He'll run all day long, skillful as well, and he I think would run for a wall for his manager, basically.
It shows you the process is working. I mean, we knew they were looking at the Brentford Brighton sort of way of running a football club. And, obviously, in regards to numbers, we're nowhere near those guys. But if you've got one player a year you can get rid of and have a decent sell-on fee, it generates more and more money. Then you can buy bigger players, better players. And Galbraith, I suppose, all in all, it could turn out to be, as well as the transfer fee last year and any add-ons, could be sort of £4 million overall. For someone we've got on a free, that's not a bad way to run a football club. And I think we'll probably see that carry on each year. Now, we may have to sell a player each year with a sell-on. But obviously we should end up with more money. That will make us more self-efficient as well.
Yeah, definitely. Just a couple of things on that, Ed. Firstly, have you seen who Stoke are playing first game of the season?
Is it West Ham?
No, Swansea away.
Oh,
welcome back.
Oh, it might be one of those Paul Ince things. Don't take any throw-ins or corners.
Yeah, there was already something online, but whoever the hard man of the Swansea team is in the centre, it's like Bennett's going to get you. That sort of stuff. So, he could be in for a bit of a rough ride on that day, or he has an outstanding game, scores the winner, and shuts them all up. My other thought that's come to mind, Ed, is we might have quite a good transfer kit come January if we need players.
Yeah, exactly. I think all this unexpected money, they probably knew it was always going to come, but when it actually does physically happen, it gives you, I think they'll probably keep some money behind this January in case we are sniffing around the playoffs opposed to sniffing around relegation.
Yeah,
it makes sense to have a little bit of money to reinvest because you do get panic signings in January.
Okay. Ed, on Wednesday wasn't it? We finally got to see one of the new Meyba kits. So this time it's the second kit, isn't it? It's come out. A nice little white number with the old red chevron. What do you think?
Yeah, first impressions, I really liked it. It's just like an updated version of, as you said, the white kit with the red chevron. It's like a polka docky chevron, and obviously a respect to the players who lost their lives during World War One. I think it might be the back of the shirt. It's different. No one else has got a kit like that, and they did say they're going to be one-off kits just for us. You won't be able to. There's not going to be another team playing in Scotland with the same kit, for example. I think it looks really nice. A bit refreshing. It makes you look forward to what the third kit and the home kit were going to look like. It gives you a bit of confidence. They're going to be quite cool.
Yeah, I think got a lot of positive vibes about it. I didn't realise that this Meyba deal's 5 years, so they're around for quite a while. So I guess over time we're going to see some really different things from them. The names of those who have fallen, I think, are sewn into the inner lining so that they're you're always carrying them basically.
Okay.
And then on your neck, they've put, is it East London? There's stitched into it, which is just above as it suits me. Sponsor that we have. So yeah, East London, that looks great. I don't really want suits me on my shoulders. But I thought it looked really good. According to Mark Devlin, sales have rocketed. Record first day sales. Now, I jokingly said to you that could mean 10 for all I know. But what do you reckon? 200 plus?
I reckon sort of like 250. Well, on day one, because obviously it depends when your paydays and everything. And it's a lot of money, Rob, isn't it? Sort of 50 quid, 60 quid. I think there's a long sleeve version as well you can get. Which, again, you rather have more opportunities to buy stuff like that. So I'm quite looking forward to what their training gear stuff will look like. Because the Puma one we had last, you could stick another team's badge on it and it's exactly the same. So hopefully some of the training gear and the other types of formal wear will be a little bit more exciting than we've seen in previous years.
Yeah, I've seen on there, I've been quite nosy, I've looked at their website. So their leisure wear, they do like a Fred Perry style polo top. I thought, that's really nice. But it's basically like Fred Perry and then Meyba on the other tip. So, like, what are you doing? You're either a Meyba or you're a Fred Perry. Give us one or the other. But, yeah, I just want that stuff that you represent in the club. But when I'm on the train, I don't necessarily have, like, a big dinner plate logo of Orient on my chest when I'm travelling with West Ham and Millwall fans home. So I don't really want that. But something where you're representing, either going down the shop, this, that, and the other, that would be nice. I think the second kit, doesn't it, does pay homage to our history. Mark Devlin mentioned that in his little piece on the website and the next. But I hope with maybe the home kit, and third kit, maybe they go and really show something different that makes us stand out from the rest of the teams in the country.
Well, if they're doing this big social launch kit party, I imagine it's going to be something a little bit different than what we've seen before. It's going to be quirky. There's going to be some bits on it. With this kit, they've got the 3 players who passed away. I reckon there'll be something, maybe like famous players, names sewn in on the kit, for example, or managers. So be interesting. Looking forward to it.
Just at a thought, so at the kit launch at Big Penny Social, let's go up and go launch it. Everyone's going, yeah, that's all right. Big Phil's going to come to everything. You buying one today? You're all right, Big Phil.
I'll have 6.
Yeah, all sizes. All right, Big Phil, here's my card. You go and spend it. We're not having to go at Big Phil. He's going to be a character. Good luck to you, Phil. Right. Let's have. Another thing that come out of that, Ed, they've put a art installation, haven't they, in what they call the historic East Stand, what we probably call the old stand that they're not doing up anymore.
Yeah.
So it looks lovely. It's the second kit painted up on the wall, isn't it? It's got images of the Somme, the names of those who have fallen. It's right next to the catering stand. Lovely jubbly. All of a sudden, I saw that, I thought, there's something wrong here. Hang about, where am I getting my burger sauce? It's like they've put it on the wall where we get all our condiments.
No one's thought about that, have they? They've probably stripped that wall, haven't they, after the season's finished? Let the bloke do whatever, or woman do whatever they want to do. It's a fantastic picture, but I've got no fault for someone like me or you, when we're buying a hot dog or a hamburger, and I want to put, or a cup of tea, I want to put my sugar. Where's that table going to be?
Yeah, where's my napkins?
They're not going to put it across it, are they? Oh, they
Yeah,
could do. I don't know.
I said this, the East Stand isn't the most comfortable anyway. When it gets really busy there now, doesn't it? If you don't know what you're doing, then you feel a bit crushed. So that was one of only two places you can get your bits and pieces you need if you want them, either it's the milk for your tea, whatever. Now, unless Mark Devlin's going to be there standing, giving out napkins and milk and sort of your burger sauce, because he might have to do it, I don't know where else they go. You can't just have one spot right in front of the TVs, because otherwise you might find your TVs being switched off.
Yeah, unless they expand the E10 tap, Rob, the one where we usually go.
No, that's my bar of the year. You can't touch that. That's my bar of the year. I always have good reasons to go and get the pints from that establishment. So yeah, but they are going to struggle, not unless they're putting it all on the other side. But yeah, at the moment, the art installation looks really good. I'm sure on the stadium tours, it's going to be part of that, so you can go and see it. Because not everyone's obviously in the east side. So, but at the moment, I will be the spokesman for people in the East Stand. I will send an email to Mark Devlin. Where am I getting my burger sauce? Where am I getting my napkins?
You know, the first game of the season is going to be confusion, isn't there? Where everyone's buying all their food, and you naturally turn around that corner, don't you, to finish off your burgers with sauces and milk and sugar for your tea. There's going to be loads of confusion, isn't there? And everyone wandering around, not knowing what to do.
Bear in mind, Ed, even though we're in our 50s, we would class ourselves as some of the youngsters of the East Stand. So you are going to get the old boys. I've been coming here, man and boy, for 70 years. I've always had my burger sauce there. So, that's, they need to get that out to the old folks so that they know what they're doing. Ed, before we wrap up, I'll just give out the socials before we quickly talk about England. So I've not done this for a couple of weeks. If you would like to get in contact with us, whether it be so that I contact the club on behalf of you about your burger sauce and napkins or anything to do with the club, I'll happily do that. If you want to come on the show and talk about burger sauce and napkins, you can email us at theviewfromtheeast@outlook.com. We will happily have you on. The more voices, the better, talking about Orient, what maybe your predictions are for the season, etc., what we need. Then we will happily have you on to join us. So email me at theviewfromtheeast@outlook.com or contact me directly on X. So that is at @viewfromeast. We'll happily discuss anything Leyton Orient, and we'll be happy to have people come and join us and basically talk about Orient with two old codgers like us. Nothing too serious, very laid back, all Orient related. So we'll be happy to see you join us. Ed, let's wrap up with a quick go about England. Obviously, we got through against let's call them Congo.
Congo is easier, isn't it?
Yeah, it's easier for me anyway, so I forgot the first bit all of a sudden. So we got through that. Ed, although their goalkeeper had an outstanding game, I always thought we was going to get something because you can't keep stopping them for 90 minutes.
No, actually, the goal we did score when Harry Kane equalised was probably one of the weaker shots we had on an goal. But obviously, he played fantastic, didn't he, up to that point? But you knew it was going to come. I think we brought 3 or 4 players on, didn't we, around that hydration break. And you've seen it a million times before where you can hold off, and then you let one goal in, and then you let another goal in. I've got no complaints. Say Argentina do the same. They feed Messi with the ball. We just feed Kane with the ball. Let him shoot.
Yeah, definitely.
Who cares?
That second goal, Ed, you could have had 2 or 3 goalkeepers in that net. No one was stopping that. That was outstanding. That's probably one of the goals of the tournament, I would imagine, at the moment. But that was really good. Ed, thoughts on Mexico? People are moaning, should bring the game forward. No, just play it when it should be. We're up in the air while we're in the clouds. Any thoughts on us not being able to cope at altitude?
Yeah, I'm looking for. I was listening to that Tuchel, and they said there's two ways of doing it. You either bring them out 2 weeks beforehand, which you can't do to acclimatise, or you bring them out as late as possible. So I think didn't we turned up yesterday, didn't we? They probably have a run
like
around.
Rocked up.
I mean, man for man, we should win, yeah? Even if we have to bring on 6 substitutes. And I think you'll see a different England play because the atmosphere will be hostile, where the last previous games perhaps it's been sort of 3/4 English fans actually going into someone's backyard and playing against a team that hasn't lost, 5 years at home or something ridiculous like that.
Yeah, that's a really good point, actually, Ed, because England, we haven't had that for ages. Even like the European Championship, we've been Wembley-based, really, haven't we, for the past couple?
Yeah.
So we've not. But what you pointed out, a lot of our players, though, will be used to that away feeling during the Champions League or European games. A lot of them are basically Champions League players, aren't they? Rice, etc. And they will have had that hostility. So maybe we can bring that to the fore in terms of experience of shutting them up early and just getting the job done.
I think it's typical England. You're always worried about the opponents more than actually how well we could play if everyone clicks. And they're probably more worried about us than we are of them, I would imagine.
So you're sounding very confident with the scoreline?
I'm going for 2-0. I think we may go 1-0 up, hold off a little bit, and then they'll try and get an equaliser and we catch them on the break. We've got enough quick players, haven't we? We're good enough to do that. I don't know. What are your views, preparations for tomorrow morning, Rob?
So I'll give you a prediction first. I think we'll pump them 3-1. They might get a late goal, but I think we're going to do them. In terms of the old worried about being so far up in the sky, you've got no worries with Harry Kane. He's a local boy, isn't he? He's been up Chimford Mount quite a few times. He'll have no problem whatsoever with altitude. And if he really is local, they've been to North Chimford, up to the top of Pole Hill, the highest point in London, to oversee the city. So no problems with Harry. It's the rest of them. They might need to get the old oxygen masks out. Just play the game, silence the crowd. If Mexico haven't got anything within the first 20 minutes, then you're probably on to a winner. Then looking forward, if we get through that, we've either got quarterfinals, what is it, Brazil or Norway?
Yeah, I think that game's
beatable
tomorrow as well. Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen both teams play, I wouldn't be surprised if Norway beat Brazil. From what I've seen, be interesting. But I suppose so it's all about England now. Mexico pubs are open till 5, Rob.
No, I'm not doing it, Ed. I'm not going to work teaching, smelling the booze.
I'm going to have a walk down my local in a minute because it's got not a minute, it's like a couple of hours time. Because it's got a big beer garden. I wonder whether there'll be anyone camping out there. It doesn't kick off for 12 hours, mate.
No, it's not Wimbledon. You can't have people queuing up for the 1 o'clock kickoff. No, I'm not going to do any of that. I'll get up, watch it. Hopefully it kicks off on time. Hopefully we get it done in 90 minutes. Then you have a quick kit before work. Ed, I can't be rolling around. I'm 50. I'm not like 20 anymore. I can't be rolling around a pub at 5 in the morning.
Yeah, I was going to, I think I'll go to bed bit earlier tonight, wake up before the game, sort of said probably watch a couple of episodes of Speedy Gonzales, might have a couple of tequilas, and I've got a bag of nachos just to get me in the mood.
Yeah, we'll put the old wrestling mask on, have a rumble in the living room with me other half. So all those cultural things, I think we've covered them for Mexico, haven't we? Yeah, well done, Ed. Yeah. Okay, well, good luck to England. Before we record next week, never know, Ed, I think we might have a couple of new signings before they head off to Spain for their warm weather training.
I think I'm probably thinking of needing another centre back, don't we? Obviously,
definitely,
and that you can see some of the transfer rumours that are coming out. I wouldn't be as surprised as striker as well. Not so much of a backup striker. It might actually be a number 1, number 2 choice.
Yeah, definitely. I think there'll be news. So we'll wrap it up there, everyone. Have a great week and up the O's.
Come on, the O's.